Greetings, everyone. I'm coming in today to talk about emotional waves, specifically my emotional wave, but how this relates to anyone with an emotional authority. And I particularly wanted to come in because there is such a pressure and propensity in the online arena, in coaching, in self-development, to not be visible when we are in a low. And it's always about high vibe, high frequency, being positive, and it's not the full spectrum, in fact. Particularly for those of us that have an emotional authority as our human design, we then feel even more pressure of this need to be consistent, this need to show up consistently, and it's actually not how we function mechanically. As a projector, there is a whole extra layer on top of that, which I'm going to feed into as well. But as an emotional authority, really, this live is for you, because I think that there is so much mystery out there about what it is truly like to have an emotional authority and all of the pitfalls that we can have in the broader society when honestly we don't operate in society from respecting our emotional waves and the variability in those tides. So as a projector, as an emotional authority, I've had 3 really, really big days. Now, back in my previous life, I would have pushed through many of those aspects, and I did. And I was able to do that, I feel, in a way, because I have an emotional authority. So we can really utilize that energy to push through. But the true power of our emotional authority is actually a barometer for when we are in and out of alignment. And the beauty of this comes in the different human design types. So I woke up this morning and I had an intention to catch the train and go to Bali, which is a big city in Puglia, and just be in the atmosphere, maybe shop a little, be around the place, and just be in that energy. Now, everything in my body was telling me, not today. This is not today, because I was in a low in my emotional wave on the back of a lot of energy output in the last few days for me. Now, I could have worked against that and pushed and gone, I should go, I should do this, coming from a space of fear of missing out and just needing to be active and doing, which we're really fed that narrative in society. And I also had to disappoint my partner in maybe I'm not coming with you anymore, and that having to be a last minute decision. And that can also be challenging because our emotional wave is a little unpredictable, particularly when we're first learning. And also, even when you know your emotional wave and are starting to have that awareness, the next step is being honest with where your emotional wave is at and honoring that. And that's the magic, but it's also the most difficult part. So each human design type has a not self theme. Within each human design type, there are emotional authorities. So even if you're not a projector, you can still have an emotional authority. Even if you're a generator, even though there is this idea that generators are very sacral, you can also have an emotional authority. And it will trump, it will be a stronger force than the sacral if it's your authority, if it's defined, colored in your chart. Now, for each type, this is the barometer. This is what you're looking for if you are an emotional authority. As a projector, it's bitterness. So my bitterness this morning was bitterness in overextending myself. Bitterness in feeling I needed to meet another commitment today. Bitterness in I don't want to disappoint people. Bitterness in feeling there was too much being asked of me. So bitterness, it can almost come in as a taste for projectors, and you'll really start to recognize this. And so for me, that's where I'm getting a really strong signal that I am not respecting my emotional wave. If I'm respecting my emotional wave, I would have been, I need a rest day and I don't need permission from anybody for that. And acting from that space. And then I won't have any bitterness. Further on in my journey, as I refine my process, I would have already had the sense last night that I'm starting to run really low in what I'm able to give and how I'm able to show up. And I would have already said, you know what? in my best interest, my emotional wave, my inner authority is telling me I'm not supposed to jump on a train and spend hours in a city environment tomorrow. And amazingly, it's all stormy outside today. So beautifully, the universe is actually aligning with my decision-making process, and it wouldn't have been a beautiful morning for me to go to Bali. Now, if you are a generator or a manifesting generator, your theme that will show up is frustration. And I'm sure many of you are like, yeah, I do get frustrated, but you almost start to normalize frustration. But if frustration is showing up for you, then, and you are an emotional authority as a generator and MG, then you are out of alignment. You need to check in with your wave and go, okay, pull back. What do I need? And it's usually less, because you are maybe in that lull of your emotional wave. And particularly as a generator and MG, there is this expectation that you can just go, and continue to keep showing up and continue to keep giving. That's really particularly not true for MGs. MGs are very, very wave-like in their energy. Generators are more consistent, like a heartbeat. But as an emotional authority, if you are one of these two types, frustration is your clue, your cue to pull back a little bit. What about manifestors? So for manifestors, anger. Anger is your sign that you are emotionally overextended, that it's time to pull back. So anger, I'm sure the manifestors out there go, okay, if I can really reflect maybe on things recently where I've said yes too much, and you get angry, or you just have that fiery reaction, that reactivity that, you know, emotionally in society we get really, really put off by. Poor manifestors, that's going to be your mechanism of saying, okay, wait, I'm out of alignment and I need to recalibrate, maybe take some rest. It's about identifying, okay, I'm in this place in my wave, I'm in my high, I'm in my low, I'm somewhere in between. The next question is then, what do I need? What do I need? How do I support myself at this point in my wave? And it's not taking too many complex decisions, because we need to ride our full wave to do that as an emotional authority. And finally, reflectors. Reflectors, disappointment. So if you are feeling disappointment, then that may be a clue for you as an emotional reflector that you are out of alignment for you. So that is a good summary. As the rain is starting to fall down, I can now feel like I'm really honoring my wave today, and that's good. This morning it was feeling really challenging. I just went back to bed and I slept for another couple of hours. I didn't even get up till 11 o'clock. I've taken a shower, I've taken my time, I'm in my own space, and it's not easy to take that decision. It's not easy to cocoon a little bit, but I know that I've served my emotional wave, and that is the most important thing. If this has resonated with you, or you really want to dive in a little bit more and learn more about this, I am offering a masterclass on the 4th of April, the 4th of the 4th, called The Emotion Code. You do not need to be an emotional authority to attend. I will be talking about these aspects in our human design from both sides, particularly how they interplay and interact with each other, and all the explosions and fireworks and amazingness that can result from that polarity and that dance between the authorities. So that's what I'm offering on the 4th of April. If you are interested in those details, it will be over Zoom. I'm still feeling into my wave about what time I'm going to be offering that particular workshop masterclass. It will be live and it will be on Zoom. So you can DM me if you're interested in the details, so that when all the details are finalized, I can let you know when that will be happening. And look forward to seeing you soon. Ciao.